Hi guys, welcome to a video from Armies of Exigo, and today we'll take a look at another game between Suvak and Makrozerg, and it will be on the map Ohana. So let's take a look on it and pause it. In the top left corner we have Suvak, Makrozerg with the yellow empire, and then we have Suvak in the bottom right corner with the blue color here with the fallen race. So I fallen against empire. Of course this map offers a safe expansion, even though at the same time the entrance is a little bit wider than you would, for example, have it on like Inner Sanctum or Eclipse, but there is nothing like secret back entrance like you have on Larva or something, so pretty safe. You can definitely instantly expand on this map, even though for example Suvak is not doing it here, even though he actually plays Fallen, which is usually the race that you would go for the fast expansion with, so definitely pretty interesting. And Makrozerg is actually maybe going for the fast expansion because he's saving lots of gold. But at the same time he's sending two peasants in the front. No, he was just waiting a really long time, accumulating resources, and now going for the barracks here. If you build it all the way in the front here, it's actually not that wide. Still probably a little bit wider than on some maps, but kinda narrow. If you would of course build it here, more in the back, then it's of course much wider. Also units can get sometimes through these trees, so not always completely safe. But yeah, he was scouting here really early, waiting for some time for resources, then building, but both players are going for a front base, even though we see only one hive, so I think Suvak wants to expand now. He just wanted to have some small protection there. At least seems like it. Also he queued up lots of harvesters. Now even defending here with the harvester. He has the gold now, but maybe he's waiting for one stinger to be queued up, and then he will go with the remove control form for the expansion. Looks like it, yeah. So he definitely made lots of harvesters first, prepared the whole hive, even finished it, and now he goes for Dark Fortress. Makrozerg didn't see the Dark Fortress. He saw this, so that means he can get attacked, but at the same time he saw that there is only one hive, so that kinda indicates that it won't be like any rush or anything. Also I think he was in the back maybe scouting, so he didn't see incubator as well yet, even though maybe the hive was not finished at that moment yet. But yeah, he goes for a tower, trying to play defensively. This is a really good position. Maybe a stinger can get through here, but in general pretty safe. And here nicely protected by the cliff. Can't be even sniped through these trees with ranged units, so even spitters will have really a hard time harassing here. They will really have to go through this narrow entrance and then something do here. But they can of course let's from this side and maybe destroy this farm, so at the same time he should definitely get a second tower later or lots of units. He also took this ruined tower. He's laughing there because of course it has really fast HP regeneration. All of these neutral garrisonable buildings that are not destroyable have this, and of course like one stinger cannot destroy this. But maybe he was also laughing about this, that Suvak brought two harvesters into attack. That's kinda interesting. I wasn't really watching what was happening there, but kinda interesting. He definitely invested into lots of harvesters early on, and then rather use them for attack than gathering. But of course he was trying to buy time probably. Stay aggressive, because if Makrozerg would actually go for like all in from two barracks, Suvak might have had some problems. But now he already has second hive, he has incubator. Not producing any spitters yet, but now he also has the expansion, getting some first gems here. That's why he's not producing spitters yet, he needs 30 gems for first spitter. Makrozerg has the vision here, but he's behind on the expansion there. He's also going for tier 2. So stopping his peasant production for a while, now getting blacksmith. He has second farm in the back, getting lots of gems here. And there are the stingers. He actually didn't... Oh, he actually attack moved now on the tower, but it's no longer captured, so he's just destroying his own tower that he could actually capture himself. Now he probably realized it, but doesn't seem like he wants to take it. And Makrozerg just moved to this tower, so he still has some vision. It's a full HP swordsman in there. Should probably escape before all the stingers get there, otherwise he can get surrounded. But maybe he wants to get there with army. No, he will escape now. He has only 3 swordsmen, which could definitely do some damage to this, but he doesn't have priests yet, so probably not the best idea. 11th century might actually indicate some Valkyries potentially. He's building it after tier 2. Instead of like temple or something. He's still 9 population behind now. Fallen is trying to go for next base, but he got scouted here by swordsman. who, even though he's damaged, injured, he didn't take enough damage from the summoner to die, but now there was a spitter that finished him. Suvak not really worrying about any defense, yeah, no towers or anything. He just knows that he should be able to gain the map control in early game and mid game against Empire, and he shouldn't be the one getting pushed even if he goes for an expansion like this. At the same time, he has a Stinger here, so he can easily prevent Macrozerg's expansion. Checking this base as well. Now with small army forcing these swordsmen back. Macrozerg is for now spamming only swordsmen, which of course won't be the best army composition against spitters, so he needs to definitely get something else with that. But now he's preparing the second barracks. Temple, he has the blacksmith there. One more farm. Phoenix. He tried to prepare a tower here, but got scouted, so now of course this army will come. Suvak doesn't have too many units, mainly too many spitters. It's mainly just stingers and few spitters, so potentially this army could actually do something against this. Question is, will Macrozerg go for the fight or no? He actually cancelled the tower and doesn't seem like he wants to fight this. I think if he would run here, lock the units in this area, focus the pikemen with elixir of strength on the spitters and then surround the stingers with swordsmen, he could easily kill this, but of course he could still get potentially kited because Suvak most likely has improved metabolism on the spitters, plus more spitters were already coming there. Yeah, he has 4 now, there were only 2 before. So now it will be 3 bases against 2, which is still not that big of a problem for Empire. He's also preparing a tower, only in 1 base for now, but at least something if there would be a guard harassment. But he has a Phoenix here, so he can protect against guards with that as well, and also he's scouting, so he sees that there is no Valkakun. And there is a Soul Trap getting Vengeance Hall. Pretty standard against Empire, you need a Matriarchs there against Priests to mana deploy them and use Necromancy. And Curse Trees can be also used, but they are the least used against Empire, I think, because you just need a Matriarchs for other stuff. This is a nice fight. Of course the spitters are good, but he needs to do some focus fire, otherwise it will just get consumed by all the units, and now he will get rushed by the melee units, and this is really bad for him. Suvak definitely lost a lot there. But he also killed few units. Lost all stingers, but those are not that valuable. He mainly needs to preserve the spitters. But he's still like 16 population ahead, so that's good. Now preparing at least 1 tower here. He's getting Venom. I don't think he has Grasp, but maybe. Even if not, he can still use Harvesters as tanks, but of course they die basically immediately to pikemen. They are taking opposite towers, so they have both some vision in the middle. Macrozerg of course immediately utilizing this advantage of getting some small map control, and he's immediately taking the base. But of course Suvak is already gathering here for a while, so he should be able to get some resource advantage from this. He is not gathering in this gems mine. This is a problem of this map. Many people just... It's not that they wouldn't really know that the gems mine is here, but they just don't see it. And now he actually sent the harvester there, but it's really hard to see because of these trees, so this map should be probably redone a little bit. Just remove these 2 trees. It's not a problem on the top, but just so it's balanced. But a double Sorrow Shrine here, kind of protecting the line of harvesters on the gems here. Slowing them down a little bit, but it's fine. It's harvesters, so it's actually working pretty fine for him with the timing. Made some extra harvesters here, but he's already making a new base, so we can transfer it there. And Empire is on 3 bases, that's kinda all he needs. He also spent some towers here, which is really good. That's usually the answer to Fallen timing push if that happens. Because Fallen can't get Avengers this early on, with also all other units that he needs for the timing push. So then we are pushing into towers without that, which is not that big of a problem against Empire towers, because you can get skeletons that take 50% damage from Pierce. So then the watchtowers are not that powerful against them. But I mean, it's still towers, and he can also retarget them to the spitters and stingers, nightmares and matriarchs. Of course, the totem, for example, would probably be on the other side actually stronger, because it also has summon damage. But there you would maybe use other things, even though Cursed Trees are also summoned, yeah, so question is if you actually need the matriarchs there then. And Fallen is of course like in the middle.
Building complete, my lord.
But you also don't make matriarchs usually in Fallen mirrors. So yeah, Empire army now, population is kinda balanced. Makrozerk a little bit ahead, a little bit more gold, but Suvak has more gems. Wood also a little bit in favor of Makrozerk. And we see decent amount of pikemen here, few swordsmen, few elf rangers, and decent amount of priests. While we don't know if he has resurrection, but I would guess that he has it already. Double advanced barracks, double normal barracks, he already has castle. No upgrades happening there right now. Getting gnome workshop, few more towers, also obsidian tower. Staying on 3 bases against 4 now, which is totally fine. This is not even saturated yet. Same population.
We're under attack.
And here he wanted to build a tower, but he got scouted by a stinger.
Our forces are under attack.
2 towers here, also a stinger, but now he sends army there, so that will get killed. Finally the matriarchs and nightmares joining the army of Suvak. Population still same as well. And there is no mages or knights yet in the army, even though the obsidian tower is getting finished now. But this would be probably the right timing for Suvak to push, even though he is actually 8 population behind now. If he has mana depletion and stuff, if he can catch the Empire army on open field, it could actually work really well for him. Even though 4 matriarchs definitely won't be able to deal with all of these priests to prevent all resurrections. So yeah, he definitely would need to do some decent micromanagement there, avoid the pike damage ideally on the spitters and nightmares, focus the priests with stingers potentially, then focus fire with the ranged units. But looks like he's not pushing yet, rather playing a little bit more defensively. He knows that he has a little bit faster expansion here, so he should be able to get some small economical advantage, and now he probably wants to go for, actually seems like, yeah, Hollow Whispers as well. So maybe Stalkers, but also Void Walkers mainly. Some curse trees here, kinda like it, but now he's getting surrounded. He should have definitely pulled back, but maybe he didn't see behind the trees here. Using some extra trees there. There is lots of pikemen, he definitely needs some front line there. And there is resurrections happening, yeah, the priests still have mana. This fight definitely won't end too well, most likely. Even though on this side he's actually winning kinda nicely, and the trees are holding the other side, so that's good. But now there is also a mage, probably doesn't have decree, but still. And yeah, looks like the Empire actually is 10 population behind now. But in terms of the fight, and it's kinda evenly, but the production buildings of the Fallen were closer, I think, so he was getting reinforcements faster. Now he started producing some Avengers there. Empire is trying to push here, but there is 2 towers. Plus lots of buildings in the front protecting it, kinda. There is the army from the side. The matriarchs in the front, not ideal. This is a really narrow spot, which is pretty bad. Void Walker's kinda escaping there. 1 tower is dead, second one is still 300 HP. And the Empire is getting kinda pushed back. So we're kinda struggling now with spending resources. But he doesn't have any gems, so he would really just have to spam stingers. Which might not be ideal once there are already mages in the game, but we haven't seen a single decree yet, I think. But it's not being researched, so he most likely already has it. Another base from Empire. Fallen not shrine yet, even though there is a phoenix, so it would get scouted, but wouldn't get killed. There is also some stingers forgotten here. The tower is also not taken. This one is taken by Makrozerk. Yeah, now the population is balanced, both persons 0 gems, and Suvak has way more gold, so that's good, but he is falling behind on macro if he doesn't stop this base or doesn't create his own one. After this will be taken, then all bases on the map will be already utilized. But the Empire army is now struggling in terms of missing any front lines, so definitely need to wait for all of these pikemen and swordsmen that are in production. Also getting some catapults, interesting, wants to push some towers, and he doesn't even have Circle of the Ancients yet, getting another gnome workshop, but it really doesn't look like he wants to get knights, which definitely would be a good idea. But yeah, of course he doesn't have gems now, so maybe he wants to establish this base first, get some units in the meantime to have something to work with, then start getting some extra gems here and then maybe do something. That is a nice attempt for Stinger drop. I would rather do it here, of course, because this is not protected that well yet, probably. Okay, actually he doesn't have any towers here. I thought that he already has towers on all the old bases. But yeah, looks like he goes for a push to distract the enemy, and now he goes with the stingers there. We saw some manipulations there. I'm expecting a decree here. Yeah, insane value. Void Walkers are on the other side, so cannot save it. This was a micromanagement mistake. Yeah, the Void Walkers needed to be there with the army and cast some anti-magic. If he even has that, maybe he has only freeze. I also often make this mistake and get freeze first, but freeze is not too valuable in the late game anymore when there are dispels on the enemy side, and anti-magic can usually save your whole army, so I would highly recommend to always get anti-magic first and then freeze. Even though this is good value, for example, but it also got eventually dispelled. There was a free mage. Just took Macrozerg a few seconds to react there. Population still looking good for Subak, even though in the fight it's not looking that well for him, but I mean he kinda cleared the units, it's just that there is lots of casters, but those won't be able to do anything on their own. But now we are getting 2 towers, especially AoE towers, splashing down these stingers. That is the job, actually clearing the expansion that got attempted there by Macrozerg. And this seems like a really nice push, finishing all the casters, and I don't think Macrozerg can recover from this anymore. He's 40 population behind, no gems, basically even gold. But he doesn't really have anything more, some more units in production. He actually forgot some catapults here, those could have also turned the fight a little bit. Now he got the Circle of Ancients as well. But now there is also already new base from Subak, and replay finishes. So yeah, Subak eventually managed to push it here. There was a nice split push also with the Stingers, so he didn't even have the whole army there. But as we saw, Macrozerg also didn't have all units there, so that kinda evened it up. It's just that Subak was also getting some value from it, so even though if this fight wouldn't end in a final push, in a victory, he would have to retreat, he would still have a huge advantage here, and now Macrozerg would be in a really bad position. And if he would completely lose the fight, then that's the question. If he would be able to defend at home when Macrozerg would be pushing, it would depend, of course, how many units he would still have left in the Empire army. But nice game, 22 minutes, so not too long, but interesting. Kills like, units 100 more for Subak, but it's with Metamorphosis as well. He was using that. In terms of kills and losses, a little bit in favor of Subak. A little bit larger army, a few more experience points. 8 more researches, that's a lot, almost double. Of course, fewer buildings, a little bit more destroy, but not much was happening here. These are the towers, NPC captures, and research is also kinda even. I mean, 2k gold is meaningful, but gems were actually pretty balanced. Wood kinda also as well. So yeah, pretty nice game. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. So take care, guys.